All right, so after many requests, I have the video of doing the engine oil mod for additional cooling. So yeah, here we go for you guys. What you're gonna need is some metric Allen wrenches, or Allen keys. 2.5 mil is gonna be your first one. Then you've got a 4 mil for your second one. You got a pair of needle nose pliers and a little bit of high temp gasket maker just to kind of seal things back up. Now you'll see my previous amount of gasket maker in there because this is the second time I'm opening it up. Little bit of information: if you are opening it up for the second time after filling oil in it, make sure the bike is slightly tipped over. As you can see, we had a little bit of a leak here. Had the bike straight up when I opened off the side cap and lost about a good 60-70 mil. So we'll be putting that back in today and showing you guys what's all involved in that. So take your bash guard down, then you got your 3 bolts on the cover plate here. So once these babies are off, this cover plate might be take a bit of smacking to get it off, but this one is not so bad right now. Get your pick tool in there. Oh, and there she goes. Okay, so that's how your cap looks right there, inside out. You can see it aligns with your encoder sensor. So these, you'll notice from factory, have a white silicone on them, so that's why I put some more silicone on them, just because that's how it came from factory. So you got 3 bolts here. You want to undo these babies. Fucking shaky. Boom. Boom. And boom, in the bedroom. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is, you see this is your encoder sensor wire right here running in. So you're going to want to loosen this up. It's kind of hard to get in there, but I was able to kind of work it loose. And then once you work it loose enough, yeah, see, it becomes finger tight. Just make sure you tighten this back up, and make sure this little rubber insert goes back in, because that's what's going to stop water from going in your engine right there. So now that that's off, you can see the sensor is able to move. If you pull back a little bit, oh, okay, well, go like this. There we go. Got a little bit of jizz here. I don't know if that's just moisture, looks like the oil a little bit, not sure. I think it has to do with some of the factory sealant that they put in, because there was a little glob right here, and yeah, that was filled with oil. So you guys will also see there is a paper gasket. It's not too thick, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say, 5 thou, but it's not very thick. You can see if you do end up messing this up, you can kind of stack some paper, make a cutout, or cardboard. That'll do just as good, but don't really need to touch that. And that's pretty much it. All you gotta do now is take your fluid, measure it out. We're gonna do, I think I definitely had more than 50 leak out. Move these sensors out of the way, and then this guy shoves right there. Beautiful, just like that. And you can just go ahead, pour it all in. I'm gonna do an extra little bit just because I had quite a bit leak out. And you know what? Can't hurt. If anything, it'll just leak out whatever's over full in the next little while. And it's such a slow drip, it doesn't really even affect things. You can wipe it off and there won't be a puddle till the next. Pretty much it for that. What I like to do is kind of just clean your surfaces up again. Make sure there's no crud in there. Slide that wire back out. Line up your sensor again. Now, we are covered with oil here, so I don't know how putting silicone back on is gonna work here. When it's your first time, it's all right, but if I was not making a video and just working on it myself, I would clean it all up with some brake cleaner and then dry it off and then put your silicone on. But I'm gonna be taking this cap back off in about another 2 months just to drain it, check the oil, see what we're working with here. So yeah, I'm not too worried if everything, and you don't want to over tighten these guys, because this is a, I'm not sure if this green ring here is part of the, I know it's part of the sensor, but I don't know if it's actually part of the sensor. If you over tighten it and crack it, I'm not sure if that will affect anything. So also, this is all, you know, there's no manual about this. This is just kind of like a cooling hack. So I take no responsibility if anybody messes their bike up. You know, you guys see me did it here. It's been 3 weeks, almost 4 now. Everything's been running good, even better than before, I'd say. You know, but I always get a little worried. So maybe, you know what, we'll be safe and we'll give it a little bit of little dabs of silicone here, just because I like to be safe. Now I will be letting this sit to harden up and dry before putting the cap back on, because I don't want little bits of silicone going inside where the magnets are. So we'll see. I did give this a tiny little bit of a clean with some heptane, which is brake cleaner. I have 200 liter barrels here, so that's what we were using. That's good for me. There's a gasket right here, you guys will see, that I had resealed before. It still looks pretty good in there, so I'm gonna leave it. And yeah, just make sure your surface is clean. And then when you go to put this back on, make sure you put this back in, and that white insert right there, the clear insert, is in, or else you will have a bad day. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but sometime down the line your engine is going to be full of rust and moisture, and I'll just say I told you so. So keep that nice and tight. It is a bit of a pain in the ass. If you had the engine dropped a bit, it'd be a little easier to get a tool in there. But oh, that's good enough for me. As they say, it's good enough for the girls I go out with. No, I'm just kidding. My old lady, she's a beaut. But yeah, There we go, nice and tight, nice and tight. And you might want to just check, make sure all these are tight as well. I did that last time, so make sure everything's sealed up. Put your cap back on, make sure it's in line with the sensor there. Boom, line up those holes right there, and then you put your bolts back in. But you do that after the silicone dries. So that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope this helps some of you guys out with overheating your engine. So yeah, peace and love.